Alright, welcome back to the Road to Rainbow Rank. We are on our way to Violet, which will then lead us to the Rainbow Rank. The game is Kirby Air Riders. We're playing the Air Ride mode, ranked online. I'm using Magolor on the Wheelie Bike, my favorite combination, and let's get to it. The first race is going to be on Beanstalk Park. Alright, so we want to get the rails, we want to avoid the Ferris wheel, and we want to avoid the little bits of off-road on either side. Let's see if we can take some good lines here and get away from the pack a bit. Of course, it's the beginning, so we get all beaten up. We just go to the side so we could ride the star trails right on back. And I managed to get the rail, so there we go. That ended up being a good call, just going to the side for a bit. So we have gotten ourselves into first place now. Can I avoid this stupid thing? And no, I thought I did, but I did not. So that is too bad. You hate to see it, but we'll just do our best here. We'll go on here. We'll try to stay on this little catwalk so we can get the rail coming up. We're still in first place for now. You know, we're trying to take some good lines. We get the rail, so things are going pretty well so far. We've got a slight little lead. I want to take one of these rails here. We bump a bit on the side, so we're probably going to get passed up. Yeah, like that, but that's okay. We're on this rail here, right behind the Rick on the Wagon Star. Wagon Star is another favorite of mine, but we're going to just go to the side, try to catch the star trail, but I do stay a bit wide because I want to get that, but oh, I mess up. Oh, and I almost take that too, but then I blunder that. So we had a very strong start, but we are kind of letting it slip away, so let's let the special rip. It's a bit of a gamble here because you don't want to get caught, and you do. That's why you don't want to do it. First time that's happened on video, but a good lesson. So we'll follow the star trail here. We should be able to, with some brake tapping, take some good lines. We fall off, so things are falling apart, but we get a second chance at that rail, but we missed that too. So you hate to see it. Things were strong the first lap. We're kind of falling apart here the second lap, but we are still second place, all things considered. Second place would still be a gain, but we are super close. Now let's get to pick a good rail here, and kind of a goofy start to the video, but you know, it's one of the real races that happens. We had strong first place, but you know, you make a few mistakes. It's a racing game and you will drop down several places. So getting second is honestly pretty good for just the mistakes we made. So learn from my mistakes. We still get a gain. Let's jump to the next race. All right, next race. Let's run a cleaner race here. And we are on Mount Amber Falls. So not too bad for the vehicle I'm on. It might be a bit of a tricky situation for the Wingstar rider. Let's see how we do. So we're going to start off here. We want to take some good lines here, but also we want to watch out for the freeze. It'd be great if we could get the freeze enemy ourselves, but it gets taken out. So there's still a second chance here. Can I capture that? And I do. So with the freeze here, you can really bully people as everyone's bunching up to get around these turns. So far, we're in first place. We take a bit of a brake tap into drift to go a decent line through there. We're kind of sliding around here, but all things considered, we are holding first place for the moment. Want to grab as many enemy kills as possible, just get as many boosts as possible. I wanted to get the fire there, but I don't know what I was thinking. Tap early. I do manage to get the fire eventually. Don't take that jump too well, but I can... Oh, somehow I missed that. That was crazy. But I throw the fire back every now and then. Try and get it again, but kind of miss it. That Wingstar player seems to be doing pretty strongly, so it seems like we've got a race on our hands. We're fighting for first place here. I'm kind of all over the place. I don't know where I'm going, but here I'm going to just grab the Cappy for the little boost. We jump down the waterfall. What we want to do here is use the special as late as possible, because going through here, you can use the special to your advantage as you try to get to the end. And so I think that Wingstar player used it a bit early, so now I use it. I want to get around this turn and just blast my way towards the finish line here. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean. If you use your special too early, then the people who use it later will just catch right up. I take this Cappy here for a little speed boost. Now he was going for the flight. There's a little trick you can do on the side, so he's probably a Dalk, wow, I think that's his name, fan, because I think he made a video about this. But in the end, our lead, our special timing was just a little bit better, and that secures us the first place. Next race is going to be on Galactic Nova. All right, so I've struggled with this track in the past. Let's see if I can do a bit better here. Now, what's going to be important is to come out of this. I feel like on top would be great, but what's really going to be important is to maneuver well when you're within the satellite. So we're going to have the initial fight of the race where players are going back and forth. We do get that ring, so I've gotten the timing on that now. But players are going to be going back and forth. Star trails are going to be used. I'm going to avoid the inside jump for now. You can make that, but I just wasn't feeling confident at the moment. But you can definitely make that. So I'm going to go here. I just want to follow the star trail. I do want to go to the side, get some enemies. Looks like that guy tried to do the same, but only took their caps. So I could take the enemies themselves. We're in 4th place, but the other racers are pretty close. So I'm not too worried about it. So we want to go in here. I wanted to go a bit to the right to avoid, this time I don't bump on that thing. So taking this much stronger than in the previous videos, doing a much better job there. So the lines are good. And because of that, we were in 1st place for a bit. We're in 2nd place. We're in a pretty good position right now. As I say that, I get into 3rd place. It is what it is. But, take these little acceleration things, take a good line there, and that gets you into 1st. Yeah, lines are very important in every racing game. You want to take some good lines. I do drag a bit on the wall, so just as I'm, giving some tips, we do drop down into 2nd place. This section, I just want to survive. I've messed up here a bunch. Yeah, just like that. So that's rough. Definitely don't do that. And it's not the end of the world, though. If you're in this situation, don't panic. Follow the star trails, take good lines, use a special if you have to. I wanted to use it before this rail section, that's why I used it there. But by not panicking, taking good lines, following the star trails, I'm already back up into 2nd place. So it's not the end of the world if you make a catastrophic mistake like that. So here we are. It's all going to be about getting these meteor boosts right there. So I learned my lesson. I go to the right-hand side and 2nd place. So given I fell off the bridge at that one point, 2nd place is fantastic. Excellent salvage. So you love to see it. Really pleased with this result there. Next race time, and we are going to be using the Fantasy Meadows track. There we go. We've got another Magolor on a Wheelie Bike. You love to see it. We got our friend right here. So let's see how we do. This track is very short, 3 laps, but very short. Still trying to figure out when to use the special. I think it's on lap 3 before the cave right here. So there we go. We want to get the needle. Everyone catches up here, but you want to get the needle to, poke them back, get the boost. We kind of let them slip past, but then we hit them again, so we're back into 1st place. Take out all these enemies. So that's great, but it's not over until it's over. We can be in 1st, we can be in 3rd or 5th, just at the drop of the hat. We do get the needle again, so that's great. We want to repeat the process here. Want to take out those enemies, stay on top, stay 1st. I was thinking about getting that sword, but the needle just still had some time. We can use the fire. We do get hit in the face with the special, but because he used it sooner, I can use mine later. So that's what the plan is going to be. Did I use it too late, though? I might have actually used it too late to catch up. Let's find out. We're 2nd place. But no, see, you want to use your special just a bit later. You want to hold off as long as possible, and that's why. You secure the 1st place that way. So there we go. Would love to see it. This should be a good game. We're getting pretty close. We're getting dangerously close to Violet. We might not hit it this episode. I might not have time this episode, but we're getting very close. Now we are going to go all the way to Checker Knights. Ooh, I haven't played this track in a long time. I used to get this track a bunch, I remember, early on. And so the name of the game here is going to be, you can take the shortcuts, of course, bust through the walls to the caves. But really the name of the game is if you can jump over that wall, where there's that zigzag section. And then if you can avoid the wall, so I break through right there. But if you can avoid the wall that can come up and down at the end, if you don't get mind-gamed by players raising and lowering the wall with the buttons. So here it's fairly straightforward. Try to take those hairpins pretty well. I busted through the walls into the shortcut. And here I'm just, just dancing around. So I go this way. You might actually want to turn a bit better there. So I missed that rail, so that's too bad. Again, I haven't played this track in quite a while. I just haven't gotten it, luck of the draw. So I could have taken that section a bit better, but we keep the rubber on the ground, not too bad. Everybody hates this section, so we just do our best. This is not so bad on vehicles like the wheelie scooter, I find. I like that vehicle a lot, but did the best we could. We're in 2nd place. We're catching up here. Now, can I make the jump over the castle wall thing? You want to use these, hit the ramp, and I make it. I almost thought I wasn't going to, but I did. So you want to go through here. They haven't raised the wall yet, so we're in first place for now, but the race isn't over yet. Star trails are a thing, items are a thing, specials are a thing, so we want to still just try to pick the best lines we possibly can. We've opened the shortcut for everyone now, so everyone's going to take it, but you still want to take it, so that's exactly what I'm doing. We got caught up a bit there, probably using the star trail, but we're going to, let's see, go onto the rail, probably second place, which is not too bad. I want to save the special for when it'll make sense a bit more, so not on the rail here. Yeah, maybe in the future I'm going to take that blue rail now that I think about it, but I'm just going to pop it here. Hopefully avoid the Taranza, although I take the worst lines known to mankind, so don't do what I do. Take better lines. I fall back to second place because of that, but you know, it is what it is. And we'll try to catch up now, use the star trail mechanic. That is always nice. The sword would be great to grab. There we go, yeah. So I hit that guy with the spat enemy, but can I replicate my success of jumping over the wall? And I do, so yeah, that's what you want to do. But the race isn't over yet. He's probably going to raise the wall, but he doesn't get to in time. Oh, but he just steals the first place in the end. I should have been a bit trickier. So we get a second place. It was looking like a first, but that's what can happen. Again, the end of races can be very, I think I said this in a previous video, the end of races can be very volatile because of that catch-up mechanic. So second place is still a gain. We take those. Next race time, and we're going to be racing on the Waveflow Waters track. All right, so you know the drill by now. We want to avoid the water walls. We want to take good lines, and the star trail will come into effect, but we also want to make sure we take good lines to the last hairpins at the end, especially where the river goes through one of them, or the water. So we take good lines here. Of course, the intro, the beginning, is very volatile. Yeah, we just make sure not to get in there. But, okay, so he takes out the sword. But yeah, we want to follow star trails, but we've moved to this rail. The turn coming up isn't quite as sharp as it looks, so we can easily just fly through there. We take it well, take that enemy. We even grab the sword through it, so we're looking like we're in a good position. Yeah, if he passes me, he's getting hit by the sword, so there you have it. And the second, just don't get stuck on the jagged edges. It's not too hard, just be careful. This guy seems to be a pretty strong player. He's picking good lines. So we want to just make sure we can ride the star trail coming up. We do, but he's going to do the same thing. So we grab a power up, take out that cutter. I don't want him having it. And I want to, yeah, punch him. I throw some punches there. Oh, I don't know why I dropped down. I wanted to go through that ring, but that's okay. We struggle a bit through here. Yeah, he takes a bit better line. So we're basically neck and neck for second place. Going into the final lap, we were technically first over the finish line, I believe, so that means in theory it's possible to be first again. Let's just try not to blunder, but just as I say that, we get hit, we take a bad line, we're in the water, we're dropping down like third, fourth place here. So let's see if we can bring it back once we get past this rail. Let's use the special soon. Not just yet, I want to take some good lines there. The star trails would mess me up. And once we clear that section, yeah, it's time to let it rip. Here we go. Just want to make sure we land as soon as possible. Yeah, to keep that laser going. And that brings us right back into second place. We hit the star trail. We don't get caught on the edges. Now we're going to be coming up to this straightaway and the final difficult turns. So again, we'll ride the star trail. That's what you want to do. And this is looking an awful lot like lap 1, which is promising because technically we were first through that. We barely don't get stuck on the ship, so that's great. We get the water thing there. Go through the water here. Now, I gotta take these nicely. So that is fairly decently. That's better than lap 1. So it's looking promising. He can use the star trail. Want to be careful. Get that boost. And what was that? What was that? That was so close. Let's see what that was. I really hope that's first place. Second place, of course, is not so bad. But let's see if we can end the video on a first. And we do. Awesome. Fantastic. So I'd love to see it. I think next video I'm going to be able to get Violet if things go well. So if you'd like to see that, subscribe, like the video if you like this, and I'll see you next time.